All right, guys, thank you so much for coming into my podcast, Blonde Ambitions. I have a huge episode today for you guys, my first guest ever. I'm really honored to have these two on here today. One of them is a really successful film director, writer, and producer. We just wrapped a film together called Retreat of the Heart. And he also has 3 other films on deck, one coming out tomorrow on October 20th. The other one is a music producer out of the Bay Area. He's responsible for launching many hip hop careers. Richie Rich, E40, Mac Mall, Selly Cell, Rick Rock, and of course Tupac, right? So basically, you're like legendary, mainly for all the '90s rappers. I feel like coming out of the Bay Area, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So I've got DBuck and Mike Mosley here with us today. Thank you guys so much for coming. I am so grateful for you guys to be. I know you guys are busy and it's been tough getting you guys together, but thank you. I am so forever grateful. So
thank you for having us on.
No problem.
No problem. This is going to be fun.
Yeah, for sure. Because we work together, so we've already got like that vibe going. So I love that. So I want everyone to get to know you guys. So say a little, just give us a little bit about you, whatever you want to talk about. Let's go.
Go ahead, Mike.
I'm Mike Mosley. I'm a producer out of the Bay Area. Produced, like she said, produced a lot of hip hop artists earlier on in the 90s. E40, Spice One, Too Short, Richie Rich, Sebo, Mac Mall. A lot of Larry TQ. We had artists by the name of TQ. So we, still doing music here and there, and we have segued into films. We've been doing films this whole time, actually, simultaneously. We always filmed whatever section, anything we did, we filmed. So he kind of just segued into film production, of course. So we're here talking about that today, film production and, music production and the whole thing.
Yes.
And my name is Darian DBuck Smith. I'm a filmmaker. Started off in the music, of course, and Mike is a pioneer in all of the stuff that he's done in the Bay Area and created some amazing things. So we, like he said, we just segued out into film, and we did some films with some up-and-coming people that you guys might know, like Tiffany Haddish and Tabitha Brown, Brian Hooks, Richard T. Jones. Just the list goes on, and we're still trying to produce great films. We just had somebody great in one that we just wrapped, Diane King. She's going to be amazing. She's going to be the next big thing. So, we got some great things coming, and I want you guys to, I want to, tell you guys about them.
Heck yeah. I mean, you guys have that movie coming out tomorrow. So tell us about that.
So the movie the film that's coming out tomorrow is called The Hard Hit. It's a like action drama suspense type of thing. I don't want to tell you too much about it because I want you guys to go out and see it or check it out on Apple TV. It comes out in the theaters, selected theaters, tomorrow, but you can also pre-order it tonight, and so that you can watch it at home on Apple TV if you have that. But it's going to be a great film. A lot of action in there. I just love the way that it came out. To tell you the truth, I don't want to say too much.
Yeah.
But I'm excited about it. We got some great people in there. Richard T. Jones from Why Did I Get Married? And The Rookie. He's on The Rookie right now, the television show The Rookie. He came in and did an amazing job. Jamie Olsen, she did fantastic. Brian, he did amazing as well. So it's going to be a great film. We got a lot of great actors in there. Omi is the other co-director, Omi Blue. He's an amazing director. He came in, along with myself. He came in and we just we were able to click and make this fantastic film. I knew that I wanted to work with him, so I went and got him before we even decided to shoot the movie. I had convinced the other executives to say, like, hey, you know what? I know he's new, but I think that he's going to do special. So I wanted to go out and try to get him to make this movie, because he has that like Quentin Tino slash what do you always say, Mike? Who you always try to call me?
Martin Scorsese.
Yeah, Martin. Yeah. So he always say that when I get a little out of pocket, I guess you would say. But he's sort of like that. He was a great person to work with. The whole cast and crew was amazing. It was hot out there. You know, we filmed in Las Vegas in the summertime, out in the middle of the desert. It was, people were not feeling too hot, but they continued to work, and it was amazing. But I'm glad that I can think about it now and say, hey, you know what? I'm not going to do it in the summertime anymore, because I think it was like 108 or 110 out there, and it was blazing. I couldn't even see, but the movie came.
Palm Springs with us in July is awful.
Yes,
like 112.
I think Palm Springs was a little bit worse, because it was like, I think it was 116, like it was like 111. I'm sorry, 111 when we did it out there, and it was, that was scorching. Yeah. But you guys,
at least it got cooler at night in Palm Springs, though.
It did. It was weird, right? It was like, it was really, really hot, and then it got really, really crazy windy, you know?
In Las Vegas? Yeah. Or are you talking about Palm Springs?
No, Palm Springs.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we had to do like pool scenes and stuff. And we were like living in the pool because it was so hot.
But you guys did so amazing that you know what I'm saying, when you watch the film, you won't even know that it's like that out there. It didn't seem like anybody was suffering when you look at the footage. Right when the cameras go off, everybody's like, "Oh God!" The cameras come back on. It's like, "Hey, hi!" You know?
Yeah.
It was pretty good. I love your character. I love the character, the character that you played on this, and you took it to a place that when we were developing it and we were doing it, we didn't know that it was going to be that type of character. And you took it to a place where it's really, really fun, funny. She's really like one of those people you're going to love in the film. That's why I'm so excited about people seeing that particular film, because I know that, when they see itself, it's going to be hilarious. I love it.
I cannot wait for ours. So our movie is called Retreat of the Heart, and that one we don't know when that's coming out yet, do we?
It's probably going to end up being next year sometime. But it's definitely going to be. We're going to take our time with it so we can get it right.
Yeah, everyone was so amazing to work with too. All the characters were great. Everyone was cool. I mean, I couldn't have asked for a better cast and crew, honestly, just to walk. This was my first feature film ever, and the experience was amazing. I mean, I could not have asked for a better experience, honestly. Everyone was treated me like family. I mean,
that's the main thing with. I'm sorry for cutting you up. That's the main thing that I want to do with the productions, that every production that we end up doing. I want to make sure that everybody's comfortable for the most part. I want to make sure that everybody is treated like family, and you're going to get on sets where, people are just there to work and they don't feel like they're not going to communicate as much as you would like them to.
Right.
But I like to still keep it a little open and free, and for you guys to kind of create these characters and know that, it's not so, strict, Yeah. You can add your own flavor to it, make you, you can talk to me and we can talk about it. If I feel like, saying, it's a place that we can go to. Maybe we try it and we'll try it my way. We'll try it you guys' way and try to get a compromise going on. And sometimes, you guys amaze me with some of the things that you come up with. And then I'm like, man, I thought I liked it this way, but the way that you guys did it, you just another level. Like your character. You took your character to another level. You were doing so many, I don't want to give it away, but you were doing so many little things that just had me laughing when I was looking at the monitor. I was like, geez, this is going to be amazing.
Yeah, it's going to be so good. There's so many funny characters in the film. And again, everyone was great. Yeah, I can't wait. I want to have like a rap party or something. That would I would love to see everybody again.
Yeah, we're gonna end up doing that. We're gonna just like we're doing this one. The hard hit, we're doing a premiere. Like we're doing like a soft go in right now because it's like, okay, it comes out on the 20th. We're gonna let it do what it do, but we're gonna have a premiere, a real premiere, red carpet, everything on November 2nd.
Oh, okay.
And that's been we had a venue, a theater that we were going to do it out of in Vegas. But after 2 days, we went over the capacity and we had to change the venue. We just had to change the venue like probably a few hours ago. And now it's at the Palms Casino. It's even better and bigger than what is. It's going to be a lot more people coming out to that when it's already. I think we're at probably 175, and I think the cinema only holds stage only holds 158 seats. Has only 8 seats. Yeah, so we're already kind of over right. That's a good problem to have, though. You know?
Exactly. No problem. Yeah, that's a great problem. I mean, I'm so happy for you, and you guys deserve success on this. And I saw the trailer, and it was amazing. It's going to be great. I'm definitely going to be pre-ordering it, or whatever. For sure. And then let's see what else. And then you have another film that you did, like a COVID project type thing, called The Function.
Yeah, it's called The Function. So basically,
hold on one second, guys. Okay, so The Function, indie film, you made it during COVID. Let's hear about that.
Mm-hmm. So The Function is almost like it was a playoff of like my generation of the house party. Remember house party back in the days, all the dancing and the moving around, Kid and Play. I used to be a fan of Kid and Play and all of those people back in the day.
Heck yeah!
So I was like,
crisscross.
I was like when I came up with that, when I decided, I was like, you know what? I haven't seen a house party movie in a minute, but I wanted to make it more like a Bay Area type of thing. So, I think Mike had spoke with E40 and told E40 about it, gave him the concept and all that, and let him see some stuff. And 40 was like, yeah, saying. Then you spoke to him, right?
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah. We have a couple little temple. Oh, there we go. We see that hat. If we don't see nothing, we got that hat. You ready for war?
I see that camo.
We ready for war, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But he had spoke to me, and I was like, you know what? Let's make something like for the Bay Area people and whatnot. So we decided to come up with a little story. It's a coming of age, teenage coming of age type of film. Yeah. And the thing was that we got all new, like literally off the streets, people that wasn't really thinking about acting because this was during COVID. Yeah. And nobody really wanted to do too much. There was no acting going on or anything like that. So I was shopping in, I think, H&M. Mm-hmm. I was shopping in there, and I seen a young man, and he was like, he was working there. And I was like, hey, you know what? You got a pretty good look. Have you ever thought about acting? And he was like, no, I've never thought about it, but I'm willing to try. So I had him come out one day and for a little
Test run.
yeah. So he came out and he did pretty good. So I was like, okay, we got him, and then I got the other.
I only knew like who you were, and like the God is gracing him that day. He had no idea.
He was probably like, who is this old guy trying to, you know what I'm saying, like talk to me about some film? You don't know.
It's trying to hit on you. He thought you trying to hit on him.
No. But
this guy up at H&M right now at my register trying to tell me to come be in a movie. Okay.
Yes. It sounds a little crazy now. Now that we're talking about it, it sounds a little weird. You know what I'm saying? But I just do that. Like the crazy thing about it is like I just do when I see something, I just immediately speak to the people about it and talk about it. Some of them think it's a little crazy or whatever, but I'm like,
you're humble and you're not like most film directors at all. I mean, you're so humble and down to earth. So that's just how you are. That's just you. So I could see you doing that for sure.
No, I appreciate that. The thing about what I always said that I wanted to, when I started doing this, what I wanted to do was always treat people like, I would want to be treated. I don't act like I'm not going to tell you that I know something that I don't know. I'm not going to try to act like I've done a million things just because I feel like I'm, this director or whatever. A lot of directors do that. Hey, these people don't know anything. We know everything. So you just listen to us and whatnot. For the most part, a lot of that schooling, we came from the grind, basically. And that's the other thing that makes us a little bit different. Master P was up around Master P, Mike Mosley, like Mike, all of these people, we all started out of the trunks, of cars, doing music out of the trunks.
Out of the trunk on the street.
Yeah. And that's real. So it's like we're not waiting on somebody to give us something or anything like that. We're going to get it ourselves. And It's just like, that's our whole motto, is basically trying to make it any way that we can make it and try to make it look like something or sound like something so that people don't give you what you want when you come and begging for it. Right. So you got to show them that you don't really need them. So you kind of go out and do it. So we're that way. And that's the way that I kind of treat everyone. Is like, saying you don't need to beg anybody. I don't need to beg anybody. If we're going to do this, let's try to do this, because I couldn't make a movie without you guys acting and your talents and everything. I can't get in front of the camera and do it. But you guys are, out there bringing your skills and talents to this whole get down. And I shouldn't be acting like, hey, you know what? I'm the director. This is my film. This is our film. This is everyone's film, because I couldn't make it as good if I didn't have you guys, right?
Yeah.
So
it's like a family. That's what it just all goes back to what I was saying earlier. It's just, you guys are just humble, down to earth, treat people like family. And I feel like we're a family. Like I could call any of you guys and I feel like you'd be there, for me, or I would be there for everybody else too. For sure.
I get that vibe from you for sure. You know what I'm saying? That's why I want to do this with you. And I wanted to bring someone like Mike on there with his caliber of things that he's done, just because, I wanted to have a good show. I wanted to have a good show. I wanted to talk about something that would help us, help you elevate in a way all of us elevate.
Y'all are awesome, man.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get into Mike.
Get into it.
So Mike, I mean, of course, we want to hear about Tupac and stuff. So I kind of want to start off with like a random question for you. And I'm going to go deep right now. I feel like a little bit. So bear with me. If Tupac, this is a genuine question I thought of last night, and I had to write it down because I'm like, I'm going to have to ask this. I'm genuinely curious.
Right.
What if Tupac was still here? What do you think he'd be doing right now? Like today's day and age?
I think he would be doing a whole lot more films and film producing and directing films more so than anything. Because, you know, he kind of was in that space during school, and naturally, obviously by now he would have done at least 6 or 7 films. And so he had been writing scripts anyway. So he most definitely would be producing it now, for sure. And then doing the soundtrack as well.
Yeah. And
so that's definitely where he would be at. Yeah.
Yeah, because he was in, he did Poetic Justice with Janet. That was one of my favorite movies in the 90s because I love Janet. She's like one of my she was ultimate for me when I was growing up.
Right.
Is it true that Janet made Tupac take a HIV test before doing Poetic Justice?
She was, you got to remember the rappers had a bad rap back then, and especially gangster rappers, you know, so she was probably paranoid because of what had happened to Eazy-E, and she figured all rappers are the same type thing. So I don't know what he's into. So, you know, he needs to do something because we're not going to be kissing if I don't know he's clear. You know, I'm sure a lot of people's in her ear too, you know, telling her, you don't want to do that with this guy. Yeah. So you got to make sure, you know. Yeah, he was offended by it.
Was he really? Well, I guess that would be offensive for sure. Yeah. Did they know each other before?
Yeah, he knew. No, they didn't know each other before. No. Yeah, he was completely offended just because he knew that he was being prejudged, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, that is kind of messed up. So Mike, how did you become, you're one of Tupac's favorite producers, right? I've heard a few people say that. You're one of his favorite producers.
Yes.
How does that feel? Yeah. I mean, that's like a huge deal.
Feels, I mean, at the time you didn't realize how it felt, but later on in life you feel like, oh, okay, that's pretty dope that he thought so. So, yeah, it's pretty cool feeling. So yeah, he had heard a lot of music that I produced, so he became a fan just because it was just a lot of work that me and Sam had been doing at the time. So he was like, man, I want to work with you, you know? So it was huge. I was looking for him and he was looking for me.
That's awesome.
So yeah, we just happened to meet up.
That's cool. And aside from Tupac being the rapper and hip hop artist that we love, what was he like aside from all that? Like behind the closed doors, when it's just you guys chilling, like in the studio or maybe at dinner? Like, what was he like in real life?
He was the exact same as you see, minus the craziness. He just wasn't crazy and lashing out behind the scenes. But everything else, he was the same. How you see him joking and kidding and playing around, he was like that all the time. So it was no different other than him being a lot more, you know, just being aggressive when the cameras came on as far as people bothering him and messing with him. So he just was fighting back the best way he could. You know what I mean? But he was pretty much the same, you know, a fun, chill dude.
Yeah. Always joking. Like any videos I see of him, he's always laughing, joking.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was like a really, really good.
That was a normal thing, you know?
Yeah. That's so cool, man. That's cool.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, like of the selling records out of the trunk and stuff, what's it been like going from that to where we're at now in the industry? How do you guys feel about that? Because I missed those days in the 80s and 90s when it was like the hustle where you went and got your CDs and, you know, you sold your CDs out of the trunk. And I don't know, that's so fascinating to me. So how do you guys feel about it today? How it is now?
I don't necessarily like that we can't really put a tangible number on the physical products, the physical streams and downloads. Like, it's really a mystery. I feel like they're just telling us whatever they want to tell us, and then they're at the same time they're paying us whatever they want to pay us. So I really don't like that we don't have physical thing. I like the convenience of what's going on, but I think it should have been a lot fairer situation with the artists, you know, with this whole streaming thing. It just doesn't equate to being fair at all. So it's kind of not even necessarily motivating to even be a part of it because it's just so much of a unknown thing that we have no control over, but we're creating the content that's you know, the $1 billion, but they want to pay us a fraction of a penny. You know, so back then we were out the trunk. It was a lot. At least we know we press up 100,000 records. You know, we're gonna sell them for $19. We should make 1.9.
Right.
Something.
Yeah.
Yeah, you knew exactly what you were kind of be making, because you would have the units there in your face. You just don't know what you're doing now. People, you like, man, it looks like I did 1 million streams, and they're like, no, you did this, and 1 million streams only got you 2 cents, like pennies.
Right.
And you're like,
$200,
Yeah, you got
1 million streams.
Yeah, you got $200 for 1 million streams. You sell 1 million you sell 200 records. You know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And so that I feel the exact same way that he does. It's just like you just don't know what people are giving you, and it's not motivating you to make any money, because you got to do. And then people don't do what they used to. It's not like people are really looking for talent. They're looking for people that's already going. They're not trying to build something anymore. They're just looking for, hey, you know what? Let's just throw a couple of extra bucks at people and take over what they're already doing. But these people, these younger kids, the only, I guess, say good thing about it is like the young kids are like, man, forget that major stuff. We're doing this stuff ourselves. Like,
exactly. Create your own content. That's the name of the game now. It really is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it's a dying. It's kind of dying a little bit. They're gonna, has to be a change to go on here soon.
Absolutely. Especially with all the strikes going on and stuff, it all goes hand in hand. I mean, same thing with the actors, with the AI replacing the actors, and same thing with the streaming replacing. Yeah, it's awful.
But you look at the actor thing. I was just saying this I was just in a meeting just not too long ago, and I was saying this to the guys. I was like that. This strike is basically eye opener, if you think about it, to some of the actors and actresses and everybody out there. It's like you are waiting around for these people to tell you when to work, when you're the ones. They can make a movie. Everybody can show up to the set and get ready to work. But if the actors aren't there to act in the movies, you don't have a film. So why, as an actor or somebody like that, let's say if a Brad Pitt decided that he was like, you know what, I'm going to start making my own films. You think people aren't going to work with Brad Pitt? They're going to work with Brad Pitt before they work with the studio, because, Brad Pitt got that name to get him out there. He can build. This is like an artist that get dropped, and he was like the record label, said, hey, you know what, sold 1 million records. So you sold 1 million records, but, that's not enough for us. And they drop him. Now he's still able to sell 1 million records on his own, so he can go and start his own, own label and everything, because they've helped him build the crowd himself, his audience.
His brand is everything. Yeah. He's already got it down. Yeah.
Yeah. Already got it down. So, if somebody dropped you and they built you up to a certain status, then you can go off and, you don't have to have that much money. You can be making millions. What they don't think is a lot of money might be crazy for you,
Yeah.
So I think if actors and all of these people took this stuff in their own hands and start doing their own things, I think that they could make a lot more money. I think that they could call the shots on their own careers. They would be able to build themselves. I know that it's hard to, do things, but you can start off with a couple of bucks and start making films. We started doing these films with literally no money. You know what I'm saying? Basically, I think we shot our first thing for we shot it at $4,000. I think it was $4,000, right? And we didn't think that it was going to do anything. It came out, did a couple of little things. It didn't do anything major, but it made more money than what we spent out on it. And then we started doing more, and we stuck to doing films at $10,000, $15,000. And those $10,000, $15,000 movies would get placed on different little shows. Like people make fun of Tubi, but Tubi is making certain people a lot of money, Enough. If you do enough, if you're consistent enough, then you're going to make money. That's the name of the game. The only blueprint to anything is to be consistent. And a lot of us get discouraged, myself included, Mike, all of us, we get discouraged because if something doesn't go, you just it's not going to work. You just got to keep trying. A lot of these people that we're looking at, they lost more than we've seen them win. You know what I'm saying? So they lost a whole lot that we don't really know about. We're just all on their face when they win. Oh, you won. I lost 10 things. You know what I'm saying? And I won this one, and it just happened to do what it needs to do. But I just think that actors should all of the talent should just start, to developing themselves and trying to make this. We all want to be on a major label, but we can get there if we just stick together and do things. Yeah, and that's why that's why I want everybody to feel more like we're a family than I'm over somebody. We all know our positions. We all know who's playing whatever we need to play, but I never want people to feel like they're, in a position
or something.
Because, we're not. I'm not above you. You know what I'm saying? We got the same situation going on. You could be the next director tomorrow over me. You could there's people that like what I was saying with the Tiffany Haddish and the Tabitha Brown. They were literally not doing anything when we were shooting. I think we got Tabitha. I think Mike, didn't we get Tabitha? We got her last. I mean, not Tabitha, but Tiffany. We got her last.
Tiffany, yeah. She was the last person to come in.
Yeah. She was added to the
last minute too.
And we wasn't even really, to tell you the truth, wasn't really focusing on her because she had came in. We didn't know who she really was, but she was running around. She had the same spirit that she has right now. And it was I remember talking to her and just telling her, man, I can't wait to see other stuff that you was doing because she was so funny and hilarious. She was hired because she was running around doing all kinds of shows. And when when the camera came on, you couldn't even tell because she was right back into character, upbeat, alive and awake. As soon as that camera went off, she was laying down, looking like she was, about to pass out. But she was totally professional,
Yeah.
She deserved everything that she got.
Oh, absolutely.
Tabitha Brown was amazing. She deserves everything that she got as well. And I'm just happy that we were a part of that whole journey with her, a part of it,
Yeah, absolutely. And those actresses, and coming from my end, it's hard. You have to really do a lot of things to get to that level. And Tiffany, they've probably been in a lot of little things, short films, student films, things like that, feature films. And then that one thing that brought Tiffany right up there. And it's because she kept going. She didn't quit. She had talent and she had hard work and the drive. And so if you have all those things, you're bound to do something special. That's how I feel. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Mike, what was your first try? I kind of know, but because we're working on something with Mike too. Mike has a great story also. So we're working on a few things with him too. That's going to be amazing. You guys are going to need to stay tuned for that. You're going to be excited to hear what he has going on. But I always wanted this. I'm sorry if I'm overstepping, but I just always wanted him to kind of tell how he started, because people think that it's easy.
How started what?
How did you get with the first artist, the first big artist, like 40 or Sibo or something like that? That was always my thing.
I got with Sibo by way of Sibo's an artist for a hardcore rapper from Sacramento. I got with him from E40's cousin. So at the time, I wasn't working with E40 as much, and so I was just sitting around, and so E40's cousin was like, "Okay, let me hire you since you're not busy with 40 now. You're done working with them for a minute, so I want to work with you too." So we did a good album on Sibo, and it was just as hot as everything else we were doing. So then we picked right back up working with Sick With It on their artists, moving forward. So that's how I got with him, but I actually met D40 first, actually. Mm-hmm. So that's how we met D40, just being around in Vallejo and Fairfield. We came together and, we were just practicing, go to the studio constantly, just booking time and just working on stuff. We didn't know we can have a career out of it. We just were just working, and then somehow,
enjoying
E40's uncle started. Yeah. We were just having, just working, just not even paying attention to it. Really, we just was just like, it was something fun. It was an escape.
From,
love the 90s, it was real hostile. It was a hostile thing. So we were just, finding somewhere to just be safe and do some, work on our craft, practicing. So then at some point, E40's uncle, St. Charles, he ended up getting a distribution deal, and he organized it. He was like the Barry Gordy for our area. And so he just organized us all, and we all just started delivering content to him, start selling records in the record stores. And it was just like a whole organization thing. But we were the talent, because we were in the streets. And so we had our ear to the streets. So we knew what was what, what was hot on the streets.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That is amazing. I just love your stories so much. What was I going to say? I was going to ask you something about Tupac. Oh, when he recorded "Hit 'Em Up," you were in the room, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you recorded that,
Yes.
Did you feel the energy? Like, did you know that was going to be a monumental thing? Like at that time when he recorded it that night?
Nope. We knew it was gonna. We knew it was gonna be. We knew it was gonna make some noise, but we didn't know how much noise.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because we knew it was gonna be something, but we didn't know it was gonna be like to that magnitude at all. Because we felt like it was war, basically. You know what I mean? So we were all just as excited about it. We was happy to be a part of it and to, listen to it and be there. So yeah, it was a real thing. But you never know what's going to happen whenever you actually are doing something at the time. When this is just normal everyday business for us. So we didn't think like, oh man, it's going to be, you know what I mean? It's going to be huge, or this is something monumental. Wasn't even thinking like that, because it's like what we normally do every day.
Yeah. It was such an explosive song, and the energy in the room, I could only imagine.
Yeah, it was definitely that. It definitely was that.
Yeah. Who do you think is great now? I mean, in hip hop and rap, who's the guy for you right now, or the girl?
I like more like, as far as in the late 2000s, I would say Nicki Minaj, and she's a good rapper. She rapped Megan Thee Stallion. Really, she's actually real good.
Yeah,
she's actually pretty dope. I like what she's been doing. So yeah, I would say Megan, and then male artists. There's so many of them. It's kind of hard to say. It's too many of them.
There's a lot of them. There's just coming out of everywhere.
It's just too many to even go into. It's like, I mean, Drake is consistent. I like what Drake. I like what he does. Then there's man, I don't know. Roddy Ricch, Rick Ross. It's just
the boss.
Yeah.
Ross, the boss. I love that song. I'm so weird, you guys. Well, I'm so bummed to say this, but we have to wrap it up because we're again at 10 more minutes, but I want to play a little game with you.
Oh, wow.
I know. I'm so bummed.
I know what happened.
What happened?
Darian.
I'm sorry, I talk a lot.
Oh, poor Darian. He's long-winded. So am I. It's okay.
Yeah. I talk
I'm short-winded. And I'm short-winded. You guys, everybody's long-winded. I'm short-winded. Yeah. I'm 2 words. Yes. No. Okay. Bye. Yeah.
That's hilarious. Oh my God, I love it. I want to play a game like this or that. This or that. I'm gonna give you two things and I want you to pick one of them, okay? And no, just this or that overall. And okay, the first one, Britney Spears or Christina Aguilera?
Christina.
Christina? Why? Because she sings good? Better?
I think I think overall she's more of the soft vocalist.
Yeah, vocalist for sure. Britney is a performer, I feel like.
Britney's a performer for sure. Yeah,
she's got
better
that
performer.
Stage presence.
Yeah.
Christina, she's up there, but she's just singing. For me, I gotta have that triple threat. I gotta have that Janet up there. You know what I'm saying? I gotta have Britney up there.
Yeah.
Janet.
Yeah.
To me, it sounds like Britney kind of straining a little bit to me when she sings. This is strain. But hey, everybody got their.
I think they made her sing like that. I don't know. I think they made her. They talk about bringing up somebody. You were saying nowadays they're looking for people that are already established, right?
Yeah.
Picked her out of Kentwood, Louisiana, and said, "Check this out. We're gonna make you a star."
Yeah, that's what we're missing. They don't do that anymore.
No.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
He got me thinking about being so long-winded. That's why I'm trying to be shorter.
All right, the next one is a hard one for me. It is Salt and Pepper or TLC.
Oh, now we're getting to it. Okay,
Salt and Pepper.
Salt and Pepper.
You really want me, baby? Let me know.
I might have to go with TLC.
I still know the Waterfalls rap.
Yeah, I might have to go with TLC.
I rainbow yesterday, but too many storms have come and gone, leaving a trace. I give it rap. Chasing gray, I pray all 10 fade away. Seldom praise for the sunny days. And like this promise is true, only my faith can achieve the many chances I would bring my life to anew. Yeah.
Man, we got
you know it.
Triple threat in the house.
Good.
Mike, break out the pen. Let's do some signing. Yeah.
Oh. In the studio now.
Speaking of studio, Jay-Z freestyle or Eminem freestyle?
Come on. Eminem
freestyle.
Okay, thank God.
Yeah. Hey, that's
Yeah.
Eminem is just so freaking good.
It's hard for everybody. It's hard for anybody. It's hard for anybody to say that, that Eminem is not the best. He's the best.
You have to put Eminem up to with somebody that's like that, like a Lil Wayne. Eminem and Lil Wayne, they don't even really do it, because they both do it.
Nah, even with Eminem, even with Lil Wayne, Eminem is killing Lil Wayne to me.
Nah, Eminem, he had to take his hat off to some things that Lil Wayne had said. So he was tripping. Eminem was tripping. Lil Wayne said.
He's just doing that for some fake, you know what I'm saying? That's fake respect.
He was serious.
He was I'm not saying that, you know what I'm saying, Lil Wayne is cool, but you know what I'm saying, Eminem, he's not Eminem.
I mean, just Eminem's story from where he came from to where he's at is just insane.
I think both of them have, like, you know what I'm saying, those similar type of stories, but I think Eminem wordplay and the way that he does things, he can play with a sound and then just make something out of it. That's what I like about him, and he can change. He can go from comedy to real, you know what I'm saying? Like, he rapped in two different parts on Stan, rapping.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? That was dope. He was dope.
He's talented, sure.
That was being more creative than anything. It's like listening to him and listening to a whole story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say him and like Tupac. I feel like they're like poets. Like it's like poetry almost. And it's not rap. It's like it's like writing poetry, and then they add this flavor to it, and it's insane. I just love it so much. I love hip hop music from the time I was born. I don't know why. I've loved it. Rap music's always been my thing. Janet Jackson's like my favorite performer of all time. I love Busta Rhymes too. I don't know why. I love his beats. The beats that he has.
Yeah,
oh my God.
I think I seen
he picked some good music.
I think I seen something on Instagram was like "This Is My Vibe" was Rapping Forte. The rapper was Rapping Forte. Oh, your
I'm
on your Instagram. It was one.
The other day I posted. I was listening to Players Club.
Yeah. That's the vibe.
I mean, I'm just pulling up to school pickup, you know.
School pickup. Players Club. Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm telling you, I'm weird.
I love it.
Man, I have so many things. Fuck, we have 2 minutes. I really want to ask you about Eminem comeback or 50 Cent's comeback. Jerry Rice, Emmett Smith. I don't know, man.
Jerry Rice.
Hell yeah. I knew you guys were going to say Jerry Rice. I mean, come on. He's 49er.
No, DBuck like Emmett Smith because of Dallas.
Emmett. I'm Emmett all the way.
Yeah, you're from Dallas. I forgot about that.
Dallas.
Oh, God. A cowboy? So are you...
And it's sad. I'm wearing a San Francisco. I'm just, let me do it like this.
Put it up a little bit. See that? Yeah.
Can't let them see it.
And I'm shocked that you're not a 49er fan. Well,
that's my second team. Okay, let me just say that's my second. I just love the battles that they had. I love the early 90s when the 90s when they were like really, really battling, and it was them. It was always that rival between them and
the Cowboys.
Cowboys and the 49ers.
And the 49ers, yeah.
Battling, that's what I love about it. And that's when everything was really, really good. They ripped us apart. I talked so much crap when I was in Dallas a few weeks ago. And I got back here and was totally annihilated. Yeah. And we I laid on the floor and they wrapped me up in my little blanket, my Dallas Cowboy blanket, and they put a 49ers flag over my chest.
Thank God. Cover that jersey up. That cowboy blanket. Cover that up.
It was horrible. But
all right. Well, I am gonna at the end of every show, I like to end asking my guest, what is your ambitious goal for the week? For the coming week. So I want to ask you guys, what are your ambitious goals for the week?
Well, the ambitious goal for the week is to finish editing a couple films that we're working on and to go and see the film in movie theaters, selected locations nationwide tomorrow.
Nice.
What is that film? The Hard Hit.
The Hard
with
Hit.
the don't forget the.
Don't forget the the. There's another one out there that's, but don't forget the Hard Hit.
The Hard Hit. The Hard Hit.
Yes.
All right, guys. Well, we got cut off by Zoom, and apparently I need to upgrade my Zoom, so this doesn't happen again. But I did want to let you guys know that make sure you go and follow these guys on Instagram. They're super, super talented guys, and I wish that we could have talked a lot longer. There was so many more things on the outline that I wanted to share with you guys. We just didn't have the time. Mike Mosley on Instagram is at Mike Mosley 7007. You can find DBuck on Instagram at Darian_DBuck. Again, these guys are super, super talented writers, producers, directors. They're amazing. They're inspirational. We had such a great chat. I'm glad that you guys were able to come and tune in, and I hope that you guys enjoyed that episode. And again, follow me on Instagram at Diana King Official, 2 N's in Diana, and you can follow me at the podcast at Blonde Ambitions podcast. We are on Spotify. We are on YouTube. We are on Amazon Music. We are on Apple Music. Please follow us, support us. It just means the world to the little independent people out here that are just kind of creating their own content. Send me some DMs if you have topics you'd like to talk about, or if you have questions or guests that you would like to have on here. I will do my best to have those people on and ask those questions. Thank you guys for stopping into Blonde Ambitions podcast. I'm your host, Diana King. Stay tuned for another great episode next week. Follow us, and we'll see you guys next time. See you later.